Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. HarlequinCoHO here, and I have another nice 1 versus 1 game for you on the map Semois. For those of you who are World War II history buffs, Semois is the name of a river that runs through the forest Ardennes, which is in between France and Belgium. And late during the war in 1944, that was when the Germans attacked back into France in an attempt to split up the U.S. and the British forces. And there was all sorts of big fighting going on there. It was the Battle of the Bulge. And so this map is kind of themed around that. And this is a possibly fictitious village that just kind of exists on that river. So let's take a look at this game right now, get this started, and take a look. Up here in the upper right, we have AlfonsRebane, who is playing as our defense commander today. AlfonsRebane is currently ranked 7th on the 1 versus 1 ladder, and has definitely been on my channel before. And down here in the lower left-hand corner, we have Audemed3. Now, Audemed has all sorts of different characters. Today, Audemed3 is his armor commander, and he is currently ranked 2 on the 1 versus 1 ladder. So he is ranked right below AFK Ninja at the moment. Both of them are my favorite armor commanders out there right now. We can see here that Audemed has my favorite layout as well. He's got Pershing reinforcements, Sherman Calliope, the self-repair ability, HVAP rounds, and the armor bounty. I think these are all fantastic. However, there are lots of variations that involve replacing this armor bounty with some other ability. So we'll take a look at that. In the meantime, you can see I'm going to, for the most part, early game, I'm going to follow AlfonsRebane just because he has a lot of early game abilities that we can watch. You can see he does have a couple of Volksgrenadiers coming out right now. His commander abilities include, I'm just going to follow these guys around, aggressive defense, contracted reinforcements, for the fatherland, recoup losses, and reactive artillery. You can see 3 of these abilities buff his troops in some way. Well, recoup losses gives him money back, but, you know, they affect his troops. Contracted reinforcements build bunkers and can perhaps build a Flak 88 cannon. And reactive artillery, just good old artillery there. So it looks like both commanders, if you take a look, they both kind of expanded to the left and to the right. Alphonse only stabbing into the center once he had some infantry out there. Let's take a look here over at Audemed, and since his unit isn't out yet, you can pretty much guess that's going to be a Gladiator Rifleman, just because that's the most expensive rifleman squad that there is, Hero Rifleman. You can see Gladiator Rifleman, by the way, if you're not familiar with them, they have grenades, sticky bombs, they can sprint, they have elite armor, just really, really good unit out there. Basically, if you have Gladiator Riflemen, if you have access to them, they are a drop-only kind of elite item. Also offered with some of the promotional rewards if you use your CD keys. Read about that on the forums, though. Anyhow, if you have access to them, you should be using them. They're a really great unit. So, taking a look around the map here, you can see AlfonsRebane just kind of grabbing some of this territory. There are 2 bridges on this side of the map. One of them is kind of underwater. But these are the 2 primary ways to get across on the lower half of the map. Meanwhile, with this one phallic piece of territory up here that leads into the Allied base, being the 3rd. So just kind of grabbing territory. You can see both players are kind of cautious about getting into the center. Center of this map here is very deadly. A lot of fighting happens right across this graveyard, which is kind of awkwardly positioned across the heaviest fighting. This place is often just kind of drilled into the ground. You have this large church right here kind of featured in the center, and just tons of buildings that machine gunners can hang out in, lots of cover from mortar teams and anti-tank guns, just a lot of grueling fighting here. Anyhow, you can see initial encounter going on right now between the Volksgrenadiers and the Gladiator Riflemen. Gladiator Riflemen are just so good. You can see the Volksgrenadiers are just going to run and try and take cover, immediately taking 1 casualty. Rifleman doggedly pursuing. Look at that! Not even waiting for them to get in the building. Throws a hand grenade right in the window. Boom! Does 3 casualties to the Volksgrenadiers right off the bat. And then finally, it looks like they're going to get a last kill. Oh! Entire Volksgrenadier squad dead in just a few seconds. Gladiator Riflemen now not even skipping a beat. Looks like they're kind of honing in on the other Volksgrenadiers across the way there. 2nd Rifleman squad now on the scene. And it looks like AlfonsRebane is going to have to back out of here for the time being. Just kind of overwhelming firepower. Check out these guys just instantly hiding in a building. That's a great place for them to sit, just to kind of defend for a little while. In the meanwhile, you can see, take a look at this map. There are basically three capture points. 1 that's closest to the Axis base, 1 closest to the Allied base, and 1 in the exact center of town. That tends to be the one that decides things. So, Fatherland HMG team out right now. Nice little defensive position here, just going to set up right on the bridge, going to kind kind of prevent anybody from getting too close. You can see the Gladiator's just barely just kind of sneaking by outside of its range. Fatherland HMG team is another one of those units that pretty much, if you have access to one, and you can just buy that unit, but buy that unit, level it up. Every Axis player should pretty much use that hero every single game. They're just phenomenal. So let's take a look out here. On this side of the map, normally where the passive-aggressive warfare would be going on, you can see that Audemed has sent probably his, I'm assuming that's his 3rd Rifleman squad. Let me just take a quick peek at his army here. And yes, he's got 3 Rifleman squads out, 2 Engineers. He is going for just a standard 4 Rifleman opening. And lo and behold, look at this. Not only is he going for a 4 Rifleman opening, but he went ahead and is actually going right to Tier 2 as well. So most people skip Tier 2 and go right for their supply depot so they can get a fast motor pool, but not Audemed. Audemed is going to be showing us some interesting weapon support center stuff. So it looks like we've got these Gladiator Riflemen now, but check it out. AlfonsRebane on the scene with his flamethrower, and by having elite armor, the Gladiators actually do take extra damage from fire, so they're going to have to get out of there quick. We can see now, though, he was doing a nice little flank on this Fatherland HMG team, but just totally overwhelmed. You can see that there's just a ton of Volksgrenadiers here backed by a flamethrower. These guys are going to have to get out of there. Oh my god, they really have to get out of there. He's going to make it. The last guy just barely gets out of there. You can see all these little flaming dudes just kind of running around here. So a lot of damage there. It looks like the Fatherland HMG team just barely made it out of there with one guy, and these Pioneers here took a little bit of damage as well. But no deaths there. So looks like for the time being, AlfonsRebane capped both of these and is now shooting for the center, threatening a 3-cap fairly early on, but I'm sure that in no time, yes, Audemed is going to be able to decap this left-hand side here. So taking a look around his base, I just want to see if he has actually made anything out of here quite yet. He's resupplying. I don't know if we have anything else. Oh, in the upper side of the map here, you can see, check it out. It looks like a bunch of Pioneers were trying to kind of wall this area off, but these Riflemen are going to be able to decap this fuel point. And it looks like we do have an Eagle Eye Sniper for AlfonsRebane. Eagle Eye Snipers can reveal units with a mark. They have some weird abilities, but in general, they're just really good snipers. Going to take out one of those Riflemen. And we'll see. Oh, I think he's probably just waiting around to try and decap it. But, oh, taking a 2nd casualty and now retreating to get away from that sniper. Not a bad idea. Engineers continuing the passive-aggressive warfare on the left-hand side, just kind of decapping stuff in the background. A couple more Engineers going towards the center with flamethrowers. Meanwhile, we just have this huge squad of Volksgrenadiers here for AlfonsRebane. So, Volksgrenadiers, by the way, with 16% health and 20% reinforcement discount. That's pretty awesome. Dropping some mines here too, right in front of his base there. That's some good protection against early Greyhound. Sometimes Greyhounds like to run into your base, throw something out there like that. Greyhounds are super susceptible to early mines. So down here for Audemed, it looks like we do have the flamethrowers leading the charge. Now backed, taking a single casualty, but backed by the Gladiator Rifleman, and he has grabbed his Browning automatic rifle upgrade. So really not trying to go for any sort of fast anything. According to what I can see here, he's spending his fuel on Weapon Support Center and Browning automatic rifles. So I'm going to take a look at Audemed's base right now just to see, and it looks like he is making a sniper. So he got that Weapon Support Center up kind of early, hasn't built anything out of it just yet, but went 3 Rifleman squads and is now getting a sniper. So flamethrowers here just kind of burning away. Single flamethrower left, actually, but these Riflemen just kind of having a nice little standoff. Meanwhile, Gladiator Riflemen taking the northern position there. So we do have the Fatherland HMG team still back here, just kind of chilling out, and the Eagle Eye Sniper is now picking away at the Gladiator Rifleman. It looks like he just got a casualty. Yes, he did. And some real point-blank fighting going on here. Hopefully the Browning automatic rifle upgrades will pay off for him. And all these guys just kind of really precise control here, not throwing away any units or anything like that. Trying to do a charge to take out that Fatherland HMG team, but just taking so many casualties. Oh, will he make it away? He throws a grenade. The grenade lands on the opposite side of the fence, doesn't do any casualties, and it looks like that Gladiator squad just basically got annihilated. One guy left, though, getting back home, going to get resupplied. This Eagle Eye Sniper, though, is just kind of picking dudes off. You can see he's already got 6 kills. Oh, and he gets counter-sniped. Check it out. Audemed3 sniper in the middle of all this battle. Picks out that one sniper and takes him out. By the way, you can see recoup losses is activated as well as for the Fatherland. I'm going to go ahead and swap back to AlfonsRebane. Sorry for changing the minimap so much, but I like seeing when these abilities get activated. So, A little bit of a standoff here for the time being. Audemed does have strong central control, but he has not capped the victory point. So let's take a look around. You can see these engineers are heading on out. And oh, unfortunately, it looks like they left a little early. Didn't quite finish resupplying there. So finally recapping this fuel point here for AlfonsRebane. And it looks like Distinguished Grenadiers coming out for him as well. They're heading up into the upper left-hand corner, meeting his Krieg barracks is out. Now, this is an interesting thing here, and I kind of have to wonder about this, and sometimes in Company of Heroes Online, it feels like players are just kind of Rochambeauing with their build orders, i.e. they're just playing rock, paper, scissors about who gets what and when. Audemed, by the way, still having a nice little gunfight here. But it looks like usually the name of the game is somebody is going to try and get for early armor, either light armor or heavy armor, and somebody else is going to try and go for anti-tank guns. Here we have a case where neither player is going for either, and both kind of want to continue in a infantry-based battle. And I kind of wonder what the tells are here. Now, I think part of the reason why AlfonsRebane is not getting a anti-tank gun right away, even though he has a Krieg barracks up, is because he sees the sniper and he sees the Browning automatic rifles. Those are the two tells that account for a lot of fuel usage. So he knows that there's a barracks, he knows that there was at least 60 fuel used on a Browning automatic rifle, and then he knows that there was a bunch more fuel used on getting this weapon support center. I think it's like 25 or 35, I forget off the top of my head though. I never really look at those. So because of that, he knows that there's not really going to be a supply depot and a mortar pool and a Greyhound anytime soon, so it looks like he's just not building an anti-tank gun. Now, I wonder, however, though, why Audemed feels so comfortable not getting an anti-tank gun, because of the fact that this could very easily have meant that AlfonsRebane was going to be going for a fast Puma, and that could really spell disaster for Audemed at this point in the game. You will see that he does have his supply yard up right now, so he is going somewhere with that. But for the time being, it's all riflemen and a single sniper. So I'm just kind of curious about how that metagame works. And by the way, I said the phrase metagame every now and then. People wonder what I mean, and sometimes I wonder if... Well, metagame means taking information from outside of the current game, i.e. you know your opponent is going to do this because you've seen him play before, or because you know that defense commanders tend to do the following. You know, I wonder how much the metagame affects his decision versus actual observed in-game facts. So that's just kind of what I'm thinking when I see this. By the way, we do have a couple of contracted pioneers on the field right now. They are 3 out of 3, meaning he has been upgraded a little bit to have an extra man in the squad. And you can see they went ahead and built that medic bunker back there. Oh, nice little hand grenade, takes out a single man, and now for the fatherland, activated